Hello, welcome back. We are here for SCCC versus OHBOY. This is the NA number ones versus the EU number twos. And because SeaRaptor is from NA, I will give SeaRaptor the honor of going through the SCCC lineup.
Why, thank you, sir. These are the newly crowned NA champions, SCCC, first-time winners for King of the Sea on NA. Coming to the dance with Ohio and Yamato, fronted by Triple Des Moines. That's their cruiser lineup, just Triple Des Moines. And then 4 destroyers, double gearing Kleber and Fuzzballs in a Z52.
Interestingly, OHBOY also taking 4 destroyers. So we've got Republique, Shikishima, Des Moines, double Stalingrads, also going with the 3 radars, but with a bit more reach with the Stalingrads. And then we've also got 4 destroyers, so gearing, and then triple Kleber. So it's going to be interesting to see how these guys face off against each other with that difference in the radar range. I think that's going to be interesting to see where they position these Des Moines.
We saw SCCC doing this a little bit on the NA bracket, at least the games that I was fortunate enough to see them. They was very commonly try to take as much 12-kilometer radar out of the lineup as they could. And so they've done that here, but then rather than put up a Stalingrad, they've put up Triple Des Moines. I'm going to be curious like you to see if the not bringing a Stalingrad of their own will make a difference. On this particular map, I don't really think it will. But it has the potential to impact them later in the match.
Certainly, so Dark Angel's position, for example, above the B cap, that's going to be fine. That Des Moines can cover the whole of that cap. But it's, I don't know, like, so the battleship Differ is going to have to push to the corner above the cap, which teams haven't really been doing in my experience as King of the Sea. They've been preferring to take the cruiser over to the 1-2 line island because that Des Moines island can be a little bit risky from drop shots from the middle, particularly if you're nose into the cap. I'm guessing they'll turn the Des Moines nose in towards Bravo. And then over on the Charlie cap, that Des Moines is being smoked rather than using an island. But of course that smoke is not always going to be there.
Fuzzball's doing what you bring a Z52 4 on this map, grabbing B completely uncontested. You see here that OHBOY has opted for basically an AC split, not sending a single ship to the middle of the board. Most of their firepower going over to the A cap, as Sats was talking about. Des Moines, Stalin, Shiki, Kleber, and Gearing. Some early radars going up across the A cap here. Lots of angry shells soon to be falling, I think.
Absolutely, the gearing of SCCC having to just kite away there from totally balanced from OHBOY, while Enden actually reverse jukes. You've got to have some spine to be able to play a destroyer and do that with a broken engine as well.
I like this play from SCCC Stats. They radar battleship difference radared with his Des Moines. And they're instead of using the Des Moines to get the resets on the gearing, they're using Fuzzball's Z52 in the middle of the board to get those resets.
Yeah, that is pretty crafty there. The Z52 is pretty much safe to fire. There's nothing really. The Kleber is just coming around the bottom of the corner there. Martello coming around to have a look at Bravo, but Fuzzball's totally free right now to fire until... I think that was that Shikishima or Podnike from
I think
Stalingrad?
Pretty sure that was the Shiki. They finally, maybe not, no, because there's the Shiki sub. So it was the Stalingrad. But they did finally land some shells on Fuzzballs. He got a good chunk of Ender's health for free, basically, right there.
Yeah, I think paying with 3k for more than half of Ender's health, I think that's definitely worth it.
That's a pretty good trade if you're SCCC.
So yeah, the Des Moines here from SCCC is going to have to be super, super careful reversing because the Stalingrad of Reunited over in the middle between B and C can potentially get into a position to shoot. So it needs to be super cautious.
5 minutes gone as OHBOY on their cap advantage starts to build up a small lead, 10 points and growing here. They have bagged A. They've had control of C for a while. It's interesting to me they've backed off of C, and SCCC has been very kind of, I go so far as to say, very timid about trying to get back in there.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to remember, once again, we can see all the ships, but of course the teams can't quite see everything all the time. So SCCC maybe just making sure that it is actually safe to send Everett back in there. But it looks like Everett is going to get into a reversing position here and just reverse gently back into the cap. And it's going to be just inside Reunited's radar range by the time Everett actually reaches the edge of the cap. So there will definitely be shells coming towards this gearing. But Reunited actually coming under a lot of pressure. SCCC, I think, trying to apply pressure to that radar ship to make sure it's busy while it's trying to radar Everett. Okay.
Fuzzball's a little bit of a gunfight there with Marcelo across the B cap, pushes him back.
Yeah,
Everett now on to C. Go ahead.
Reunited actually being forced to reverse here, which is going to give Everett just a little bit of breathing room if we look at try and get the range here. Yeah, just outside radar range for Everett. Reunited will be wanting to reverse back as soon as possible, but I think the gearing's going to get the cap.
I think he is, just because they don't have a way to stop it. Now, what's interesting to me, you can kind of look back at the A flank. You can see Endern's gearing and totally balanced Des Moines. They've reoriented. They seem to be interested in coming back to the middle of the board. Look like they're going to try and contest Fuzzballs and Dark Angels Des Moines here at B.
Interestingly, Gearing has laid a smokescreen for difference. Just so that it can reverse a little bit and get shots down onto B. I thought initially that was an escape smoke, but it's not.
No, I don't think so. He's been under a lot of pressure from Pink Camouflage's Colbert. Camouflage has been doing a brilliant job working the one line, and just burning Battleship down, right? Just taking health away, letting the fires burn. And now Battleship, that gives him a little bit of a respite. He's got some smoke. He's maneuvering in there a little bit while he heals. So yeah, I think it's just to give him a break.
Marin in the Yamato actually coming under fire from both Pod Nike and Eternal Titan there and taking quite a smack. Down to 60k and kiting. Eternal Titan taking 15k in return. Yeah, Pink Camouflage is being super aggressive here.
Big brother, little brother fight there between Yamato and Shiki, doesn't it? Kind of feels that way.
Yeah, you think you've got big guns? Watch this.
Watch this, exactly. Had our first lead change of the match. SCCC moving out to a lead on on their cap advantage at the moment. But it's still anybody's game, still early, only 8 minutes gone.
I can't believe how far Pink Camouflage has pushed up. On the C line currently.
Who's going to stop him?
Yeah, absolutely.
The gearing? Nah.
It's actually outside of Battleship Difference's radar range, forcing gearing to actually move out of the way.
Peregrinus is Ohio pushing aggressively down the 7 line. I'm not sure what SCCC is looking to get out of this position.
Especially as they already hold B and C.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I think maybe they're trying to push the Stalingrad back, but he's going to get focused out very quickly. And there he goes. Literally a Shikishima shot from F1 ending his game.
Yeah, you've got to watch out for those long-range battleships. You've got to really watch out, especially when they're over. Like, look at the Shikishima's position right now. That means that Shiki can have its guns on one side of its ship and basically with a tiny...
Oh, what a shot. Fuzzballs goes out in the middle of the board.
I totally missed that. The Eternal Titan in the Shiki can keep its guns on one side and is a threat to anything over that side of the map without having to worry about that turret turn that you might have to have in, say, Marin's position in the Yamato, where it's got to turn its guns to one side or the other to shoot different parts of the map.
They had smoked totally balanced up. You see him in the smoke on the bottom end of B, right? So they had Fuzzball's radar. They had chewed him up pretty decently. He was down to about maybe 6,000 HP, and after offing the Ohio, Eternal took his 6 shells and put them right into that little grouping right where Fuzzballs was, and he took enough pens in the Z and was out.
And OHBOY now turning their attentions to the Des Moines.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Battleship Difference is going to last much longer. Being shelled from like 180 degrees because Pink Camouflage is up in B2. Nothing.
It's only a matter of time before they bag Battleship Difference. Like,
yeah,
he can't survive in this position. He's going out.
Yep,
And there he
and that
goes.
gives OHBOY a significant points lead and
Oh, yeah.
complete control of the A side. And control of most of the map. If you sort of draw a line between the two teams, OHBOY with control of probably more than about 60% of the map here.
Now, they are doing some decent work getting shells on Marcelo to keep him reset, but player 1 over there in the C-Cap and his club is giving up a lot of health for this privilege. Now they can't see him, can they? No, they're guessing as to where Marcelo is now, trying to reset him. Yeah, if you're SCCC, I'm not sure how you recover from this. You're way down on HP. Your board position is not good. You're upside down, over 200 points.
You're about to lose your Kleber as well.
Yeah, he is. He's going out. It's only a matter of time till they land enough shells.
Yep, there he goes.
It was.
It's looking pretty dire now for SCCC. OHBOY in massive map control. They also have more than double the hit points on their remaining ships. I don't see, with Marion on 7.4k, I don't see what they can do.
It feels a little bit like SCCC did not do a great job of managing their battleship health, right? So we saw some of that earlier. Marin, not trading well with the Shiki, and then the push with Peregrinus. Something was in their head there that I don't understand. I don't know what it is, but I don't understand why you would push the Ohio into that position. It didn't feel necessary at the time.
No, I think they were just preempting OHBOY trying to take either B or C, and so they wanted to push something down in there, but pushing into that much crossfire is not a good plan. Merrin actually did just get a nice shot back over to Reunited, and Max in the Kleber from OHBOY also took a torpedo, but Nest in the middle is not looking too happy.
30 seconds on the game timer. They get Nest or Marin, the game will be over, and that's all it takes. And they're going to get Marin. I don't think they can see Nest, but Marin's on fire, and Pink Camouflage has had a monster game.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, it finally reached the A line. Yeah, if this was a game of drafts, he'd currently be requesting a new piece. Yep.
There it is.
Decisive win there for OHBOY.
Indeed.
Against SCCC. But don't forget, this is a best of 3, so we will be seeing at least one more game in this series. So SCCC have absolutely the ability to come back and go 1-1 to see if there'll be a decider match. So for a little bit of analysis, we'll go back to Penguin, Bogsy, and Chrysantos.